Hi friends, good morning. Are you excited to be here with me? I'm excited to be here with you. So if you're ready to start our day, let's hear your beautiful singing voices. Are you ready? Good morning, little sprouts. How are you? Good, good. Good morning, little sprouts. How are you? Good, good. It is time to start our day. We will learn and work and play. Good morning, little sprouts. How are you? Good, good. Great job singing. So I'd like to know how you're doing today. Can you tell me? Great job. So I'm doing pretty good. I feel really green today. I feel happy and I feel rested. I got a good night's sleep last night, which is super important. So I think I'm doing pretty good. So I'll give this day a 2 thumbs up. Can we say good morning to mummies and daddies and to brothers and sisters and to me, Miss Tracy? Good morning. All right, let's get started with our day. The first thing we need to do is figure out what day of the week it is. And to do that, we sing a song. So let's see those 2 fingers and those 5 fingers, and we'll sing our days of the week. Ready? There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Great job singing. Do we know what day of the week it is? If yesterday was Wednesday, that means that today is good job, Thursday. Today is Thursday. Today is Thursday. Today is Thursday, and we're going to have some fun. All right, so let's count now that we know that it's Thursday and figure out what number it is today. Come with me. So we'll take Thursday, and we'll put Thursday right here, and we'll move the today star, and then we have to figure out what number this is. I have a secret. This is Miss Tracy's favorite number. I bet you have a favorite number too, don't you? So let's count and figure this out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Today is number 7. Great job. So we'll come back here and we'll write out our date. So it was Thursday. Okay, and it's January. And do you remember the number? That's right, number 7, Miss Tracy's favorite number. So we can say today is Thursday, January 7. Great job, friends. All right, so we figured out the date. Our next job is to figure out the weather. Are you ready? What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather, everyone? Is it snowy? Is it cloudy? Is there rain or is there sun? What is the weather like where you are today? Can you use your looking eyes to look outside your window and tell me what the weather is? Great job. Where I am today at preschool, I can see there is still snow outside. There are still clouds in the sky. And it was a little bit chilly this morning, so I'm going to put up the wind because I think the wind was responsible for making Miss Tracy feel a little bit cold this morning. All right, so to come to school today, I wore my winter boots. So I'm going to put the panda's winter boots on. And I wore pants. I've got my pants on. So we'll put pants on the panda. I wore my warm coat. So we can put the coat on the panda. Alexandra, I know I keep saying I'm going to make a dress for the panda and I keep forgetting. Although it's a little bit cold right now for a dress. I wore something on my head to keep my head warm. And I brought gloves with me. I didn't wear them, but I brought them with me just in case. So there's our panda all dressed for the weather. Great job. All right, friends. So today we are going to learn about snowflakes. So we're going to talk about them, and then we're going to make one, and then we're going to sing a song. A song you already know, but we're still going to do it. Are you ready? Excellent. So let's talk about snowflakes. So I want to talk to you about the life cycle of a snowflake. So I've got some big words up here. So they say life cycle of a snowflake. Who knows what a snowflake is? That's right. A snowflake is a tiny little piece of snow that is falling from the sky. And when they accumulate, meaning they build up on the ground, that's when we see snow all over the place. But snow falls from the sky. Do we know where snow comes from? That's right, snow comes from the clouds. But how does snow get made? That's a tricky one. So we're going to talk about how snowflakes are made. So I have some cards here, and I'm going to talk to you about them. So I've got water droplets freeze in the cloud. So we're going to put this right here. I have snowflake falls from the cloud. I have ice crystal forms. And I have ice crystal grows bigger. So what do you think comes first when we're talking about how a snowflake is made? Do you think that the snowflake falls from the cloud? Or do you think that an ice crystal forms? Or do you think that water droplets freeze first? Do you think that's the first part? I think that might be the first one. I think water droplets freeze in the cloud. So we'll put that one there. What do you think comes next? Do you think ice crystal forms? Let's see. Let's try that one here. Okay, so water droplets are in the cloud and they freeze. And an ice crystal forms. Then what happens? Does the ice crystal grow bigger? It might. So let's put that one there. Okay, so we have water. Water's in the cloud, and it gets really cold, so it freezes, and it forms ice crystals inside the cloud. And the ice crystals, they grow bigger. And then what happens when they get bigger? Do you think that they might get too heavy to stay in the cloud? Maybe. So then the snowflake falls from the cloud. I think we might have just figured it out, what the life cycle of a snowflake is. Now you might want to know how the water droplets get in the cloud. And we've talked about this in some of our weather units, but water evaporates up into the clouds. The clouds basically suck it up. And this can happen a couple of different ways, but the clouds take on the water and the water builds up. And in warm weather, the water droplets get too heavy and they fall to the ground as rain. But in the winter, when it's really cold, where we are, the water droplets don't just fall. Well, they do fall, but they form ice crystals. And they fall as snow instead of water droplets. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Yeah, it kind of is. All right, so now that we've talked about the life cycle of a snowflake for today, we're going to read our storybook called 10 Shiny Snowflakes. Are you ready to hear our story? Great, me too. I'm a good listener, read me a book. My hands are in my lap and at Miss Tracy I look. When she sees I'm ready, she will say, here is the story I have for you today. So today my storybook is called 10 Shiny Snowflakes. 10 shiny snowflakes softly fall and float past Bear's big tree. "Where is my hat and scarf?" he cries. "I'm going out to ski." Can we count all of the snowflakes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Uh-oh. One snowflake fell and it went missing. So the mice are snuggled in their nest as 9 snowflakes drift past. "We want to go outside," they chant. "The snow is falling fast." All right. Should we count the snowflakes on this page? Let's see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 less than 9, so there's 8. 8 tiny snowflakes flutter past as Deer calls out, "Hooray! It's perfect weather for some fun. I'm getting on my sleigh." Oh, one more snowflake went missing. Can we count how many there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In his warm burrow, Rabbit sees 7 soft snowflakes fall. "I just can't wait," he thinks aloud, "to make a big snowball." Uh-oh, one more is missing. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hedgehog hides beneath some leaves as 6 snowflakes skitter by. "This snow is so much fun," he squeals as he looks up to the sky. How many do you think are left now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 snowflakes then drift past the den where squirrels snuggled tight. "I hope it keeps on snowing hard. It might just snow all night." Oh, one more is missing. How many do we have now if we had 5 and we have 1 less? We have 4. As 4 more shiny snowflakes fall, Fox chuckles. "This is great. Look at this winter wonderland. I'm going out to skate." Now there's only 3. Owl spies 3 gleaming snowflakes fall as he sits in his tree. "Too-wit, too-woo," he flaps and hoots. "I'm happy as can be." How many are we at now? 2. 2 snowflakes flutter past the dam where playful beavers hide. "Just look at all the soft white snow. We want to go outside." Oh, how many are we at now? 1. Robin sits on his frosty perch as 1 last snowflake falls. It's time to have some snowy fun. He flaps about and calls. At last the sky is clear and blue. The friends come out to play. They all make a jolly snowman on a perfect winter's day. The end. What a good storybook about 10 snowflakes. Can you show me 10 on your fingers? Good job. All right, so let's get to making our snowflake today. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways that you can make your snowflake, and I'll show you what they will look like when we're all done. So Miss Tracy's going to get a tray. We need our coffee filters from the craft kit. So you should have 2 coffee filters. You're going to need some tin foil, which I did not include in the kit, but I feel like most grown-ups will have some in their kitchen. So just ask a grown-up for some help to get you some tin foil. Some markers, and then you'll need a little cup of water and a paintbrush. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do this. So the first way, I'm just going to put these things aside, I'm going to show you is we need 1 of our, oh, you also need scissors, so don't forget the scissors. 1 of your coffee filters, and we're going to color this one. So I'm just going to pick some colors. So I have blue, green, and dark pink. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to color some lines. You can do whatever you want. I'm just going to color lines all over my snowflake or my coffee filter before it gets turned into a snowflake. Okay, almost done. Okay, so my first coffee filter is all colored. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to fold it in half again. Once more, so that's 3 times I have folded it, and then I'm going to fold it, actually I'll leave it there. Yeah, so I have folded it 4 times. So 3 times I folded this one. And I have a point at the top and 2 other points at the bottom. So I'm going to take my scissors, and you might need a grown-up's help to do this. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're just going to cut straight lines, little lines. So you don't need to make great big cuts. We're not going to cut anything in half. We're just going to cut small lines. So our Tommy thumb goes in the top hole and our finger family goes in the bottom. And we're just going to make little snips and cut out diamonds and triangles is what we're going to do. So 1, 2. And then I'm going to peel those pieces away. And do you see that I'm cutting out triangles and diamonds? 1 cut, 2 cuts. Okay, so now I've cut one side, and I'm going to cut the other side now. So I'm going to use my helper hand to hold me, cut some little triangles. And one more in this one. All right, so I've cut out my triangles. And now we're going to unfold our paper coffee filter. One important thing I forgot to tell you about snowflakes is that no 2 snowflakes are alike, which means that your snowflake is going to look very different from my snowflake, and that is okay. So we're going to open it up. Oh, that's beautiful. It's not done yet, but I'm going to put this one on pause, and I'm going to show you the second method that we're going to use with our snowflakes. So that was 1, and I'm just going to put that one over here. So now I'm going to get my second coffee filter, and I'm not going to color this one. I am going to cut it first. So I'm going to fold it in half, 1, in half again, 2, and in half again, 3. If you're having grown-ups help you, you could fold it a 4th time, but it can be tricky to hold. So really only try to fold it 4 times if you have lots of help. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut little triangles with little cuts, being very careful with our fingers, making sure we don't cut them. Okay. Oh, I didn't quite cut that one. Let's try that again. There we go. And one more on this side. We'll do a big one, a big diamond. There we go. And then we'll do some triangles over here. Now remember, is my snowflake going to look the same as your snowflake? Nope, it's not. It's going to look different, and that's okay. All right, so now that I've cut all my little triangles out, I'm going to put my scissors away, so I'm all done with them. And I'm going to unfold my snowflake. And because I folded this one 4 times and not 3, there's lots of holes. Look at all of them. It's a really pretty snowflake. All right, the next step for this snowflake, the white snowflake that has no color on it, is you're going to take your piece of tin foil and your markers, and you're going to color little splotches of color. So I'm going to use some green. some blue. I'll put these over here so they're out of the way. And some dark pink. And then I'm going to show you what this looks like. So this now looks like this. But I'm not quite done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paintbrush with my water, and I'm just going to dip into my colors, and then I'm just going to press the color onto my coffee filter. And this is going to be a little tricky to see, so I'm going to try and hold it up for you. And I'm probably going to drop a whole bunch of pieces of paper on the floor, but that's okay. So all I'm doing is just dots, dots, dots. And take some more water, and I'll use a different color. Dot, 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 dot. Dots all over the place. You can do lines. You don't have to do dots like Miss Tracy, but I'm doing dots. Dot, dot. More dots, more water. We want to make sure that as much of your coffee filter as you want filled with color is colored. And we can add some more water. We want to get most of the coffee filter fairly wet, because that is how the color spreads, is through the water. So we'll do this, get some more color, paint the edges, just kind of spread it out. Okay, get some more pink. And if you need to add more color to your tin foil, you can. Just find a dry spot to add some marker. All right, I've almost used all my color up. So then I can show you what this is going to look like. Oh, I made a new color. I added blue and pink. I mixed them up. So what color do you think I made? Purple. That's right, I did. I made purple. Okay, so I can put this aside and put my paintbrush down for a minute. And I'm going to show you. This is wet, so you need to let it dry before you hang it up. So the colors are quite pastel. So they look like this. This is my dried one. This is my wet one, and this is my dried one. And so this one is very pastel, very light colored. But I can hang this up because I'm all done with it. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the one that we already colored. So I painted stripes on mine. I'm going to need my paintbrush and my cup of water. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to paint over my stripes and all over my coffee filter. And I have to get it pretty wet, and I want to paint down all the edges. I'm just going to keep spreading my water all over. What's happening to my paint stripes when I add water? Do you know what it's called? What's happening is something called bleeding. So the color that I put onto the coffee filter is spreading out into other parts of the coffee filter that have no color. And in this instance, because of the material the coffee filter is made out of, we call that bleeding. So the color is bleeding into other colors or mixing into other colors and spreading out. You can also say a really big word called diffusing. Can you try saying diffusing? Good job. Okay, so now it's pretty wet, so I can show you what it looks like. All right, let's see if I can hold this one up. So are the colors lighter or darker than the last one I showed you? That's right, they're darker, and I can show you what it looks like when it's dry. Beautiful. So I bet yours are going to look super beautiful. I hope your grown-ups will take pictures and send them to me, maybe on Class Dojo, so I can see what they look like. I can't wait. I'm excited. These are mine. They're beautiful, and I'm going to hang them up. All right. So we did our life cycle of a snowflake. We made a snowflake, and now we're going to sing a song. Now, I taught you this song on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday that I taught you this song. And it's all about snowflakes on our different body parts. So I'm going to take, this down. And I'm going to erase my date. And then I'm going to need your help for this next part. I'm going to write down the names of some body parts because we talked about different body parts on Tuesday, but I wanted you to come up with some new ones for yourself. So let's see what body parts you thought of. Can you tell me? Let's see. I think we'll do chin. Chin is tricky. That's a good one. What else should we do? Let's do this part. What's this part called? Our ear. Okay, we've got our ear. So we have chin and ear. Let's think of other tricky body parts. What other tricky body parts could we use? Let's use forehead because forehead's a tricky one that we don't talk about all the time. We often say our head, but let's learn forehead. Okay. What else should we do? What are some other tricky? So we know this is our arm. What's this part called? This part. Wrist. Can you say wrist? Good job. So we'll write wrist. Okay. What other part should we use? I want to do ankle, but I have to show you something really silly. Miss Tracy is wearing her pink fuzzy slippers at school today. So we're going to talk about our ankle. Okay, so we have chin, ear, forehead, wrist, ankle. Let's do one more body part. Let's do, this one's an important one to know. What's this one called? This one is called your belly or your stomach. Let's say belly. Because belly is kind of a silly word, and I feel a little bit silly today wearing my pink troll boots, as I call them. All right, so now we have our body parts listed. We're going to pretend we've got a snowflake that fell on our finger, and we're going to sing our song. Are you ready? So the first one's chin. Point to your chin. There's a snowflake on my chin, on my chin. There's a snowflake on my chin, on my chin. I caught this little flake, now I give a little shake. There's a snowflake on my chin, on my chin. Good job. All right, we did chin, so we can mark this off. All right, what was this one? Our ear. Ready? There's a snowflake on my ear, on my ear. There's a snowflake on my ear, on my ear. I caught this little flake, now I give a little shake. There's a snowflake on my ear, on my ear. Good job. All right, that one's done. This tricky body part is our forehead. There's a snowflake on my forehead, on my forehead. There's a snowflake on my forehead, on my forehead. I caught this little flake, now I give a little shake. There's a snowflake on my forehead, on my forehead. Good job. All right, this tricky one, this body part right here that flexes. Miss Tracy's gives a little crack, but it's called your wrist. Are you ready? There's a snowflake on my wrist, on my wrist. There's a snowflake on my wrist, on my wrist. I caught this little flake, now I give a little shake. There's a snowflake on my wrist, on my wrist. All right, down to the last two. The silly one, because Miss Tracy's wearing her fuzzy troll boots. So find your ankle. Your ankle is that bone that's on the outside of your foot. This is your foot. This is your leg. And your ankle's right in the middle where it hinges and moves. So find your snowflake. And there's a snowflake on my ankle, on my ankle. There's a snowflake on my ankle, on my ankle. I caught this little flake, now I give a little shake. There's a snowflake on my ankle, on my ankle. Good job. And the last one, which is this right here, our stomach or our belly, but we're gonna say belly for our song, so find your snowflake. There's a snowflake on my belly, on my belly. There's a snowflake on my belly, on my belly. I caught this little flake, now I give a little shake. There's a snowflake on my belly, on my belly. Good job. You did all of my body parts. All right, we're gonna practice that song with new body parts next week. But in the meantime, you can keep singing it at home. That is all I have for you today, friends. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. So let's sing our goodbye song. Let's get out our working hands. All day long we worked and played, worked and played, worked and played. All day long we worked and played, and now our day is done. Wave goodbye to all your friends, all your friends, all your friends. Wave goodbye to all your friends until we meet again. Bye, friends. See you tomorrow. And I'm going to apologize to Mr. Sean because I actually forgot to prep something. So can we pause and then restart?
Just do whatever you're going to do. How long is it going to take?
It'll take a minute. I know. I just realized I forgot.
1 hour later.